Welcome back, my free-to-play fellas. It is I, GG God, and I got an Exos Heroes PvP tier list. All right, let's go. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like Exos Heroes content, I make Exos Heroes content. It is a win-win. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Means nothing to you, means the world to the channel. Trying to help this channel grow, right? I'll wait. You did it? Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's start with devs have forsaken. Alright, this category here is a lot of tweeners, a lot of people trying to do things that they're not very good at, or just, bring nothing to the table, or don't do enough damage, or they do too much AoE. Yeah, this is right here. Just when it comes to PvP, these heroes here were forgotten. They were forsaken by the devs. I'm not exactly sure what the devs' long-term goal is for the game, but it appears to be just releasing, broken mechanics in a vacuum, and then just letting us having to deal with that in the aftermath. But yeah, that's devs have forsaken. These heroes right here. Alright, so next category is mere mortals. Mere mortals you can still use. They're not as... They have things that are good about them, but essentially they're not going to, make that big of a difference, or they come with a certain amount of liability when you do use them. Like for instance, Janai adds 1 mana to the back row. However, both of her attacks are AoE, so you get the good and you get the very bad with using Janai. Even though she synergizes due to her charm with other heroes that are higher up on the tier list. It's just cause for pause when you use her. And then the same thing with non-fake core Rira. She can do damage. However, she causes a dot. And you know how dots work against Dragon Blood. Not too well. You're gonna have a bad time. Alright, next up we got Mighty. Got a new category because these heroes are like, you can use them just fine, but there's definitely better alternatives. You got Anastasia in here. Anastasia is non-fake core Anastasia, of course, and she's tanky. She can heal. You can put her. Of course, she goes in the front row. That's good and all, but other than just being in the way or being another body and healing, doesn't really bring anything to the table. You got fake core Rudley. Fake core Rudley. He his fake core causes his multipliers to go down a lot, even though he's still a Rudley. That causes him to not be as effective in this Dragon Blood world that we live in. And then you have Sabrina's in here. Sabrina's in here because she has counter, and that's also a no-no in this Dragon Blood world. The rest of these heroes are either tanks. You got Adam, he has counter, that's bad too. And I got Degas in here because Degas is just a good tank as far as legendaries go. And you got Fake Core Deva. Fake Core Deva just takes way too much mana to use what she's supposed to be good at, and that's that Tiki Time Bomb. It takes 5 mana. Just a hard ask, right off the start of the match to get 5 mana for her. By the time her turn comes, it's just a hard ask. So it kind of like lowers her value. A good idea though. Good idea. Bad execution. All right, we got Demigods. Of course, we got the non-fake core Barakas. Got Bernadette here. Bernadette could be higher. But got Bernadette and Demigod. We got both Garfs, Jin, got Rachel, and then here's a thing here. We got Shell, and this might raise some eyebrows, but Shell, I've been sleeping on. I think we've all been sleeping on Shell, and here's why. She has an attack. Her S1 takes 1 mana, and what it does is it raises the attack of whoever you choose. And then in this Dragonblood world in PvP, if you're able to skip a turn, and like for instance, 2 turns consecutively, if you're able to do that, that gets rid of the shield. And then if you got like a slow character like, let's say, Bernadette coming up after those 2 turns, right, that you just skipped, there's no more Dragonblade shield. You know, theoretically, there's no more Dragonblade shield unless something went wrong. And you're at a significant advantage here. And I think, and she helps you do that. Shell helps with that. So like I've been foddering Shells. I've been treating Shells pretty bad. But I'm here to apologize now to Shell. Shell, I'm sorry. You're actually have value. And then we got Fake Core, Loom. Just nice looking to see in PvP, of course. And then we got Fake Core Ann with her Burning Soul mechanic in her passive. It's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to Dragonblood. Like if you have Dragonblood and that Dragonblood unit is also your fastest unit, now you don't have, Dragon Scale anymore because she's giving you Burning Soul, which prevents any Dragonblood from proccing. So it's kind of not what we're going for. Not ideal to not have Dragonblood proc. I mean, Burning Soul is a nice effect for other heroes, so you want to make sure that you keep whoever's the faster than your Dragonblood hero alive, so it doesn't proc on your Dragonblood hero, so you lose that Dragonblood shield. That's a big no-no in PvP. You want to have that shield. And then next up we got the gods. We got Rudley, self-explanatory, just hits like 14 trucks. Hits pretty hard. I have Rude Zeon in gods because he has counter. He would be 1 above all if it wasn't for that. He has counter, and that kind of makes him a slight liability in PvP because you can just target him if you have a Dragonblood unit, and then now you have, your Dragonblood shield up and puts you in a better spot just by having an opposing person on defense that has counter. And yeah, so that's just why he's there and not any higher. But you could put him higher if you want. Then we got Baelish. Just doesn't bring anything to the table other than being Dragonblood. We got Baraka. Same. Baraka's issue is, I was gonna say same as Baelish, but his specific issue isn't Baelish's issue. His issue is lack of defense. Baraka just has low defense, so he does insane damage, but then he doesn't stick around long if you target him. And then we got Magi, doesn't really bring anything other than her Dragon Blood, but Dragon Blood is such OP passive that I can't really put her any lower than where she is because it's still Dragon Blood, although she hits both of her actives are AoE, which sucks. And then Ramgee, just another Dragonblood, which is he's particularly good because he can go into the front row. If you need a front row Dragonblood, if you don't have Fake Core Anastasia, he's a subpar replacement for that. But he still has value because of Dragonblood and being front row. And then last but not least, finally, we have the highest tier, 1 above all. We kick this off with Anastasia. Anastasia's is just amazing. She can heal. She's always just sticks around. She's like always the last thing that you have to kill normally is an Anastasia. And then once she gets enough stacks of Dragon Blood, good luck with that. Then we have Fate Core Rira. Fate Core Rira should be in her own tier. Her own tier called Fate Core Rira because it's insane. Not only does she have Dragon Blood, her own abilities cause her to have more evade and cause you to be blind. So not only do you miss and she gets another stack of Dragon Blood, she is causing more wrath every time you miss, to the point where you're constantly missing now, and she's just doing more and more damage to you. I don't know. She is probably the most broken game in any game, broken hero. Sorry, in any game I've ever seen. Like the devs, obviously, I think it must be every hero that's made is made by a completely different person that has never seen Exos Heroes before. They were just told to make a hero that looks cool and has Dragon Blood effect on it. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And we get what we have now in the current situation in the game where all these heroes are just Rira specifically is extremely broken. And then next up we have both Bathories. Self-explanatory. You've got Tranquil. Enough said, really. She also hits like a truck. Even though both of her attacks are AoE, she hits so hard because her stats are so high, or can get so high that it just makes up for it. It's like she's hitting single target on all your units. So it's kind of crazy just how must-have Bathory is, Rira is, and Anastasia is for PvP. You might want to have, if you have all three of them, you're in good shape. But Bathory is must-have specifically for pretty much most of the game. And of course, Dragon Blood is must-have for PvP and PvE. For anything you're trying to do. Really having Dragon Blood is gonna make that a hell of a lot easier. So that's it for this video. That is my tier list. If you like the video, leave a like, comment below, tell me what you think about it. Tell me how it makes you feel. Subscribe if you're new. Definitely subscribe if you're new. Like I said before. And until next time, it's been your host, GG God, signing off. Goodbye.